Yo, it's Monday night, the lights shine bright. Chubby and Johnny bring it the insight. We recap the show, every slam and every throw. In the ring, all the drama, just let it flow. Sit, play tight, let's break it down right. Monday Night Raw, we're running like a clock. Chubby and HotBody, we're ready to rock. In the square circle, nothing's ever the same. Breaking down the action, we're playing the game. From high-flying moves to the heavyweight brawls, hear the crowd roar as the superstars fall. Chubby's got the laughs, Johnny brings the heat. With every punchline, we roll face and feet. We're the kings of the bottom, give the crowd right. Monday Night Raw, we're running like a clock. Chubby and HotBody, we're ready to rock. In the square circle, nothing's ever the same. Breaking down the action, we're playing the game. So tune next week, keep it locked on the show with Chubby and Johnny. You already know.
All right. Look at that. We're live, and we can see Mr. Johnny HotBody.
You got caught yeeting right? I seen you. You dancing. And when the camera isn't off you, I know you do a dance. You do that dance that they all do nowadays. What's it called? The mustard buster? I don't know.
The what?
The mustard buster. I don't know, man. I guess it's kind of like glitter, sparkle farts. I don't know.
I thought you were going to say sparkle tits.
No, I don't get out of line here now.
Whoa. Do I take the disclaimer off then?
No, not at all. We never know what I'm going to say. I don't know what I'm going to say. That's what makes us so good. You know, it's pretty funny. I check out what's going on the other channels. I do. I seriously do. I was able to catch the Alvarez and Smeltzer and Coach and, Vince Russo. Yeah, I listen to these guys talking, and I'm saying to myself, I don't understand. We've been talking about this stuff a hell of a lot longer than everyone else. And now all of a sudden, it's like they're coming out of the woodwork. You're hearing the stories of racism in the WWE. You're hearing the stories of AI in the WWE. Although they'll swear by it that that's not true. We only have AI to make sure our stats are correct, which is bullshit. I don't think there's not a move that Vince McMahon ever made in the WWE that they don't have some knowledge of beforehand. They run the same things week after week, no matter who the wrestlers are. They have the same angles for them, and it's funny. The women are the hardest working out of the crew.
They are. They and we've been saying that for a year now. I mean, the girls really. How many times on these PLEs or Monday night shows that we recap, or even the Saturday night main events, where it's a lackluster show and the girls come in and just tear the house down and bring the show to life, save the show.
It's been every week, quite seriously. The tag team champions the tag team titles finally being on TV. It's been an afterthought for quite some time. I think this may be the second or third time that anyone's even seen Judgment Day in a tag team match, other than every week it's segment after segment. Now, whether these guys are hurt or not, and they're just filling their part while they're healing, they should let you know about things like that. They let you know everything else.
Well, they've had them guys in singles matches, but they haven't had them. I even wrote it down because they said it last night, which I thought was kind of stupid. They shouldn't even have said it, but most people knew that tag team championship match last night with the Judgment Day. It was their first title defense since July 28th.
Okay.
What's the excuse? Two of the best workers in the company.
They're paying too much. They're paying too much attention to trying to make a main event crew that's not even ready for the main event. They're at best they're all mid card, mid talent wrestlers. And when you see the AEW wrestlers perform, I say they're about 5-10 steps below that. Their performances are weak. I don't think they can hold up against the likes of a Will Ospreay or Kenny Omega or FTR or even the Young Bucks, who may be the greatest tag team I have ever witnessed in my life. And I've been going to wrestling since I was 8 years old. I've been involved in wrestling. I believe I was 25 years old, 26 years old when I was learning at the Monster Factory. So, I've been in the business a while, and I'm telling you, the Young Bucks are the greatest tag team ever.
That shocks the hell out of me.
Why? Because I'm telling the truth. I don't have to. I really don't have to like the people, or get into their personal lives to tell you how weak their performances are, or how great they are. I tell the truth, no matter who they are. If they've done something I don't like, like everybody should be praying for. What's that Samoan's name? That's in the hospital, Rikishi.
Rikishi, yeah.
I said last night, was he wanting prayers for the family of Stu when Raja beat him up in that ring? Nah, man. Nah, he was hiding, telling everybody not to talk to police, but yet he wants sympathy from the people, as we're supposed to forget things that they've done. Even that other guy that's having a hard time right now with his health issues, quite seriously. Like, I didn't feel sorry for him. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry.
All right. On that,
I can't wait. I can't wait for that penguin-looking weasel. I don't even want to curse on our show, but Paul Hyman, everything that Becky said about him was true. He's a freak. He's a low life. He's a sponge. He's a suck up. He'll go anywhere where he thinks he can make $1 and suck the life out of that person that makes that dollar, profit off of them as if he's some genius. He's no genius. What he is a used car salesman.
And I am.
Yeah, you're Chubby and I'm Johnny HotBody. And, listen, the disclaimer's there because I tell the truth. I'm not looking for a job from anyone. I wouldn't mind a job from Tony Khan, who I think is a genius and right now is taking the wrestling industry by storm. Don't listen to these people that are going, oh, it's too violent. Well, last I checked, that's what professional wrestling is.
All right, let's do this. Oh, look at this. I love the way they updated it.
Hello. Good afternoon, Rich. Glad you're here with us. You may be shocked about the things you'll hear, but check this out. You'll hear it here first.
I love the way this is now. This is beautiful the way they do that now. That's a
Yeah.
nice little updates from StreamYard. Nice looking. I'm looking over my notes from last night's Raw, and I don't know what the hell I was talking about. Like I can't even read my. It's unbelievable. I cannot read my writing. It's
Listen, we're
unbelievable.
going to need to decipher it. You go by down the matches. I'll give you the rundown,
Okay.
and I'll let you know what I think. You know how I am. I'll tell you right now. The start of the show, it was a weak apology, and at best, like I said, Paulie is a piece of shit. And that's where it's at.
Yeah, this is unbelievable. My fucking writing is so bad. Anyway, so the show started off last night with Adam Pearce getting in the ring and announcing that let me real quick pop this in there. Jeannie's here. What's up, Jeannie?
Hello, Jeannie. How are you, babe?
All right,
Send love right back. Erica says hello also.
Adam Pearce gets the show kicked off with the announcement of Seth Rollins out of action. They're going to need to vacate the title, and they're going to do an old school style. Well, now this is something they kind of did this with the women's, where they just automatically say, all right, we have to vacate the title. And now with the women, it was this one and this one. Bang, you guys now are in the main event for the championship, and the winner gets the belt. It sounds horrible to me.
It's weak writing. You see,
very weak.
They
very
replay. Weak. This is what I mean. It is very weak writing. Now, did they need AI to write a script like that? If I was that low life scumbag Paul, I would say, yeah, that was AI. We gave it a try, and that was the best they came up with. Because if that's the best they could come up with, Michael Hayes, listen, Michael Hayes, I'm surprised you have a job still with the stories I know about you. You should be ashamed of yourself. And as far as Bruce Pritchard, he's Vince McMahon's left hand, right hand. I know he's got his hands deep in Vince's pocket, still being paid by Vince. Quite seriously, where are we going? Where's the writing? Where's the originality? It's like I've been telling you, they have none. They've been doing the same thing now for the last 10 years. It's just been 10 years that you and I haven't been talking about it. But if anyone had ever gave us this chance, we would have broke the mystery for you guys a long time ago.
Well, again, did they use AI for this writing? Because the fact that they just automatically CM Punk is now in the match for the belt, and they do a battle royal and old school, as Pierce even says, we're rolling old school and going to do a battle royal to pick who Punk's opponent will be. And when I watched the battle royal, excuse me, I got to blow my nose real quick. When I watched the battle royal, I'm saying to myself, there's like 3, maybe 4 guys who you're like, all right, I could see the belt on possibly. But the rest of the guys, I'm just like, it don't work for me. And this is why the battle royal was always used as a filler thing for many years throughout the business. And the fact that they did this, I just felt there could have been a better way. There has to be a better way.
Where's the real stars at for that title? Quite seriously, where's McIntyre? Why isn't McIntyre involved? And don't give the weak excuse that he's on SmackDown, because McIntyre's anywhere he wants to go. I mean, where's Brock Lesnar for this title? Where's the real people for the title? It tells you who's doing the writing. You know, they talk about Shawn Michaels retiring and CM Punk doing the writing for NXT, because quite seriously, the same thing. The ratings are in the gutter for NXT. the same as they are for with ESPN and Peacock and NBC and anything else. You know, check this out. They got the main event, John Cena. They still haven't sold the seats. The only one who's bought the seats is like the main guys that resell them, like Ticketron and whatever they are, Ticketmaster. What is it, Ticketmaster, and all the other ones,
Live Nation, StubHub, everything.
Yeah, well, they're the ones who bought all the tickets. And as far as the true ticket sales, the best time to get the tickets are always the day of the show because they're cheap. But you know, the price on the John Cena's last match, it's ridiculous. And if people are paying that, I'll tell you what, you better be a drug dealer or be a CEO to pay $18,000 for your family to go see John Cena's last match, and nobody knows who the opponent is yet. You know,
I don't even think they know.
It's Gunther.
I don't even think they know who it is.
It's Gunther. You know, the best thing that they could do seriously is put John Cena up against maybe Dom, and he takes the title, or Ilya, what's his name? Ilya Dragunov, the dude that just took it off of Sammy. Well, and check this out. Sammy's going to be the world champion.
Yeah, why wasn't Sammy in the Battle Royal?
Because he's been groomed to be the champion. He's going to be God bless you. See, it's true. He's going to be your next John Cena.
I would have. This is what I mean. Like, and I think you're right. There's Drew McIntyre championship material, Brock Lesnar championship material, Sami Zayn championship material. Those guys should have been in that battle royal over.
Whoa! Nobody said Sami Zayn is championship material.
I feel
here.
Listen,
I think he sucks, man. He sucks toes, and I'm not talking about his girl's toes either. He sucks his own toes on his boot, fresh out of his boots. He sucks. I don't listen. He's got as much talent as watching latex paint dry on a wall.
I disagree with you on that one. Totally disagree.
Well, you also like Bailey. I think she's been hit with the ugly stick. You think she's gorgeous.
Hey. All right, Jonathan says, "What's up, my brother?" He said it was
What's
great
happening,
Raw.
Jonathan? I'm sorry, Chuck.
Last night. Jonathan thought it was a great Raw last night. I can't wait. We're going to get into it. We're going to dissect it. There's so much to talk about. It totally makes sense. Punk was number one. Yeah, all right. I'll give you that. That part makes sense. Then they had to do the Battle Royal. Jonathan is old school. He likes the Battle Royal. I just didn't. I don't know. I feel the only time the Battle Royal works to me anymore is the Royal Rumble.
Listen, quite seriously, they should have had a tournament.
Yeah.
They should have had a tournament, and that's better than a Battle Royal. A Battle Royal is weak writing. They already know who they want to go over, which is another sad pick. Out of that ring, this will blow your mind because you know how I really feel about this guy. I think he's a garbage collector, and it would have been more fitting for two of the best garbage collectors in the industry to get together and have a match. That was LA Scumbag against CM Punk. That's the one that makes sense. This match, Uso, how many times are we going to see which Uso won't win because they're going to have the feud between the brothers? It looks like they're going to go back to that paint story, which was the worst match in WrestleMania history ever. But I'm sure Jonathan and the rest of the guys out there that buy this WWE garbage, they'll accept that ending last night. It was total weak writing, a battle royal. Come on, man.
The whole thing it has been why not just take they already gave us Punk's number one contender. Why not then take the top 4 contenders and
Is
give
Punk
us.
truly a number one contender? Come on, man.
Yeah,
He all he's done really is loss. What has he done?
Yeah, but who else? Who else in reality?
McIntyre.
Yeah, yeah. But they shipped him over to the other brand.
It doesn't make a difference because he's on Raw also. What are you missing? When did you miss the boat on this? The
Yeah, but they.
it does. Wait a minute. Does Brock Lesnar go from Raw to SmackDown? Yeah. Does John
I haven't
Cena
seen
go from
Brock Lesnar
John
since
Cena? Yeah, but you
whatever.
haven't seen John Cena, Brock Lesnar since he tore his pants. You know,
right.
you know what I mean? Him wearing blue underwear, that's questionable too. You know, it would have been
I'm
better
wearing
if he
blue
wore
underwear.
no underwear. This way, he could have had everybody kiss his ass. Because I think he's the only one besides McIntyre that's even fits the image of a wrestler. They're in shape. Their cardio is spectacular, and you know they have to carry guys like Cody Rhodes and the rest of the roster they have. It's ridiculous. They're all mid card guys.
Can you answer this one for me? Because I do not know the honest answer to this question. And I was thinking about this the other night. I went through and saw some clips from SmackDown, and I have been for the last couple years I'm watching WWE again. I have been a huge supporter of Drew McIntyre, and we say this all the time. This guy. He's one of the fucking best workers in the company. He fucking gets it. He does what they tell him. He fucking puts everybody over. He fucking delivers amazing match after amazing match. And I said to myself, there was just something about him the other night on SmackDown where he got a pop when he came out. And I said, if they flip this motherfucker face, he might be the biggest thing to really fucking – and it would be a nice kick in the balls to what this company needs. Has he ever been a face? Has he always been heel?
He's been a face.
Okay.
He's absolutely been a face. He's been in the business. He's been in the WE, I believe, since he was 18 years old. Vince McMahon picked him out the same way he picked out Austin Theory and John Cena, who Austin Theory will be making a comeback, and he will be making a big comeback. You know, if the writers get their act together, he's championship material, not Sami Zayn. But anyway, McIntyre, he's the only one right now that, like you said, that has to carry the company. They're not going to give it to Brock Lesnar, obviously. He carries too much baggage with him, and it's a shame because I told you, to me, him and McIntyre, best talent they have.
I see. I've never truly been a big Brock Lesnar person. I really haven't.
You know, that's
Blue
why there's
underwear or
vanilla ice cream and chocolate ice cream. You know, I think vanilla tastes like ice. You know, I like chocolate. Here's to chocolate.
So we had this situation last night where they
Emily Post
start the show with this, and Braun hands over the belt, and makes Pierce say please, which he did, and he gets the belt back, and then leaves the ring with the belt, and then we have Paul with Braun and Bronson in the ring. And I thought it was kind of amusing how Paul drops the line last night to start his promo. Can somebody smarten me up here? How did we become the bad guys? So I was like, and I think it was again another Paul promo later in the show with Becky. I think they dropped a couple more insider terms out there. So I was a little chuckles here and there last night, but something I said to myself too after that whole opening segment, and then we had our announcers they introduced for the night, Joe Tessitore and Wade Barrett. And nothing against either one of these guys, and nothing against whether it's Cole or fucking Corey or whoever the fuck it's going to be. But I find it very weird that they deliver this Raw every week to us with the same format, same structure for TV. It's the opening and ring fucking promo. It's then a backstage promo, and then a match, and then it's the same fucking cut and paste layout each week, except they can be consistent on the format of the show and deliver usually a pretty subpar show, but they can't be consistent with their announcers. They flip-flop announcers and inconsistent. We had Ross and Jerry Lawler for how many fucking years consistently? 10 years consistence. In the last 2-3 years I'm watching, we might have a consistency for a month or two, and then it's a flip-flop here and there. Like, there's no consistency on that part, and it's a very important part of the show.
Well, for me, the consistency is that they're the best together. I think Wade Barrett is excellent. He makes me crack up. And Joe being there, it kind of gives the event a feel of realness. It's kind of like when Gordon Soley used to give you that. He has enough emphasis on the right words to get the angle and the point over. Okay. I like that team better than Michael Cole and anyone. I just don't like Michael Cole. He writes mostly all this garbage anyway that they're going to say.
Right.
I'm not buying that. But if they kept this team together that's there, I like it. Is it going to bring up the ratings? Hell no. The product isn't any better with the announcers when you control the wrestlers by teaching them how to work on that same format, which is the worst format. I could see now why Jade Cargill has such a hard time adjusting to the format of WWE versus AEW. There's a big difference in AEW's talent. They work on their moves are shit you never seen before with the fluidity. That's a word. I just made it up there. Their matches are so beautiful, man. It's wrestling, pure wrestling. And you could tell the talent's in charge of what they're doing. There's no way that they can remember the matches that they're putting on out there on the fly. It's some of the most incredible wrestling you'll ever see. And I know we're not here to talk about AEW, Johnny. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. Yeah, whoever makes the writing on takes the medal for the writing on WWE, they should be ashamed of themselves. They have brought the product down. Vince McMahon would save it, and that's the only thing. And that's the truth, because no matter what talent you bring there, they're still going to have to learn that what's those things that they used to sell when you were little? They were a figure, and it came with all the clothes, and you would just stick it on and take it off. They were rubber. Erica, what was that called? Potato. No, not Mr. Potato Head. It was like rubber. It was like these figures. You would change the clothes on them all the time. You could
dress up doll.
It wasn't a dress up doll. It was a real. Forget it, man. I'm sorry. I even went in that direction. I'm old. The toys back then are a lot different than today. But it was like my meaning to this is that you could change the clothes of any one of these performers and have them fill in and say I'm John Cena or I'm Cody Rhodes. They all wrestle the same. There's no originality in any of their performances. That's the point.
And what you're trying to say in so many words is it's basically plug and play.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm sorry it took that long for me to say that.
Well, next up we had as always, a backstage segment, and it was the Judgment Day, and it's usually the Judgment Day in that exact same fucking time spot every fucking week, and there were a little backstage bickering between Dom and Finn, and Finn was very upset that they had to defend their belts, which, okay, and here we go again with this writing. It's 4 months later. They're having to defend their belts. You got probably the two best talents in that locker room, especially in the Monday Night Raw roster, Finn and JD, and you don't utilize them as your tag team champions. You buried the tag team division over these last so many months. And you now have, again, two amazing talents that you just put together. They're not even a true tag team, Dragon Lee and AJ Styles, and give us a great match with four amazing talents and have us new champions. But what was the point? What was the absolute point?
I think the point was to get in 181 commercials in 2.5 hours of wrestling. Which is
that's not an exaggerated number either.
No, it's not. It's not by far an exaggerated number because when Netflix goes to commercial, they tell you how many commercials for each break. And each time they did it, I marked it down. Eric is like, "What are you doing?" I says, "I want colorform dolls." That's it, Jeannie. Thank you. Thank you so much. That is exactly what I was talking about. The colorform dolls. That's it. They can make it any character, any person could stand in there because they're told not to have a personality. We're going to give you one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there you go. But what was I saying, Chubb? What were we talking about?
About the tag match and the commercials.
Yeah. Oh, yes. 181 commercials. They tell you how many commercials they're going to give you in 2 hours. And I watch AEW also, and I give you the rundown on that. Do you know that they have the least commercials that I've ever seen on any program? And I believe it's because Tony Khan, his family may own the TV station, TBS and TNT and the Jaguars and all these other things that they own that make them one of the greatest shows to watch, entertaining and wrestling, no commercials.
Do they excuse me. Yeah. Do they you're saying they don't have a lot of commercials, so I guess they do not run commercials during the match.
Yeah, they'll have the little breakdown. They'll put the match still playing, and they'll run the commercial. But you do not miss anything. You do not miss anything. Why. And half the time, there's no commercials at all. They'll let matches go from start to finish that are 25 minutes or longer matches. No commercial.
Now, why? I wonder why WWE does not do that, because
they want the money, advertising. Yeah, it's like YouTube AdSense. You know, they're changing the rules to YouTube that if you're not someone that they can put ads on, they're going to be getting rid of your channel.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's what they want. It's crazy because it's this tag team. It's a tag team championship match with now 4 of the most talented workers in the business in the ring. And they take 2 commercial breaks during this fucking championship match. And I lose interest in it because
with 7 commercials on each break.
Yeah, you have a 3-minute commercial break. So now you have 6 minutes of commercials in a 10-minute match.
It was more than that, Chubb.
Yeah.
You're missing a break. You're missing a break somewhere in there. You know, as far as the match goes, it was a good match. Yeah. Was it a great match? Hell no. It It was by far not a great match for great talent because they were told what to do, and it's a shame.
I also wonder too, was fucking Finn and JD kind of like disgusted because they haven't been able to fucking team up in 4 months and they've been just wasted, and now they get a chance to fucking work together and they got to drop the belts.
Well, truth of the matter is they were better holding that title not working, because now that they have no title, they'll definitely not be working, not unless it's to do jobs now, which is a shame because Finn Balor, he should be in AEW doing what was the thing they did with the Young Bucks and in Japan?
Oh, was that the Bullet Club?
The Bullet Club, yeah. Yeah, believe it or not, that Bullet Club is a better thing to run than the Bloodline.
All right, so we had that match. So we have new tag team champions. Will we see these guys defend the belts? And,
nope.
and I felt it was just something, because now the big thing is they've been starting to. Well, they've been announcing it all week that AJ Styles will be retiring in 2026. So now we're going to get the AJ Styles retirement tour, and it seems like we're also going to get the Chris Jericho retirement tour because he's supposed to be coming back. So it's going to be interesting, but I felt it was kind of like they just gave, because they didn't give AJ the IC belt. They gave him a tag belt now.
Truly, it doesn't make a difference. AJ could retire, and he should retire quickly and not hang around and have them control his future. I don't think retiring in the WWE is a good place to retire, quite seriously.
Okay.
They'll bury the cat. They can bury you. You come back to get buried.
I mean, I think it depends on. I think somebody like AJ, they wouldn't do that to, because he's just very, very respected.
He is respected, but you have to remember he's not a creation of the WWE, which is a detriment to him.
Okay, I can see that point. I can see that. All right. Well, next up, we had another backstage segment. We had the Usos arguing backstage over, what Roman's been saying to Jay. Jimmy and Jay are beefing with each other, talking about this fucking battle royal, and basically they're going to be going at each other in the battle royal. And I know Johnny hates the whole Yeet thing and the whole Jey Uso main event gimmick, and he's not main event, and he's truly not. But I feel that the fucking dude was so fucking over, and they've destroyed this whole fucking character that they could have ran with a lot longer. They just have imploded and are slowly breaking down this whole fucking Uso thing that I think magically and organically took off, and they have just fucking destroyed it. And this whole thing between Roman and Jimmy and Jay, and I don't give a fuck. I don't. It has zero interest to me. I think it's stupid. And again, the writing, I think, is just dropping the ball here with something that they were given a gift with. When you catch that lightning in a bottle like that with somebody, you fucking run with it. They killed it and destroyed it. Me and Johnny don't agree a lot, but I'm gonna agree with them on this. This writing team destroyed what they had, the gift they were given, I feel.
Absolutely. They're scrambling. That's what they're doing. They're scrambling. But it's pretty funny. The way they're scrambling is they're letting the fans control what's going on with the writing, and that's where I believe the biggest failure is. Sometimes not listening to the fans' advice and giving the fans the matches they want to see. It kind of benefits the fans in the long run, because if you give them everything they want to see, there's nothing left to see.
Right.
You kind of get what I'm saying there.
Totally.
And as far as Jimmy and Jay and Roman go, and even fuck you, I mean Fatu. Is that his name? The one with the teeth, the grill?
Yeah, Jacob Fatu.
Jacob Fatu. All right.
Another one they dropped the ball with.
Yeah, totally. But really, at this point, who cares? Like you said, who cares? They dropped the ball. Absolutely. When they gave him the ball, they were unable to give them the right chance and run with it.
Mm-hmm.
They had to control it. They knew what was best for the workers. And there you go. Maybe instead of listening to the fans and listening to the writers, you start listening to the guys that are in the ring, that know what they're doing, that been there before and know how to perform at a better level, at least, and give people a better match. They actually know when they're going to the commercial. You could see the referee telling them what to do next. This is the problem. The workers, you have a referee in the match calling the spots for Becky Lynch.
Well,
are you
see, this is
kidding
where
me?
No. This. Did you end up watching? Did you watch the WWE Unreal show? Because they show you. This is how it works.
I don't listen.
So this is how it works.
You're lucky. You're lucky. I'm still doing that. No, you're not lucky. I joke. But the WE is lucky that we still give them the show. How about that?
Well, this is how it works now. So in Gorilla, say Michael Hayes is assigned to what the fucking match were we just talking about? The fucking Dragon Lee AJ Styles match. So the agent assigned to that storyline is Michael Hayes. So now Michael Hayes sits there when their match is up with Triple H watching it, and they have the match completely scripted out beforehand now. So they're watching the time, and they have the fucking spots already know what's going to happen. So they are calling the spots to the ref. If they want them to jump ahead, they'll tell the ref, go to this spot. So then the ref is telling them. And they're also, at the same time, Michael Hayes is directing every fucking camera angle for every move. It's the way it works is pretty fucking wild and unbelievable, but it takes everything away. It takes the whole heart, in my opinion, out of the match, because they're instead of letting the match again go old school organically off of the crowd and let it build, they're now building it from behind the curtain and directing the fucking crowd. And it kind of loses at times. And I think that's a lot of what we're seeing now.
I'll tell you what else we're seeing. We're seeing the true originality of the drunk of the Freebirds. He couldn't wrestle to save his life. He was great on the mic. He was great commentary. And that was about what Michael Hayes had. And he would glide backwards and flip his hair. He didn't know a wristwatch from a wrist lock. That kid's he was a moron in the ring. He needed Buddy Roberts. He needed Terry Gordy. They were the real team, not him. A prima donna dancing around Cinderella, jock wearing. What a creep. What a creep. What a bozo. And to have him around the girls backstage, the girls, I know they have to wear something to protect their asses, because that dude is a slime ball. That's right. I said it first.
There you go.
If no one
He
knew
said
that
it,
Michael Hayes was a creep, they don't know how to tell if a person's a creep or not. They've been watching cartoons too long.
All right. Well, next up we had
the match, though. The match, as far as the match was concerned, I told you when they signed Dragon Lee, he was the real deal, not Penta. Yeah. That was for sure. Dragon Lee is definitely worthy of a tag team, of any belt. Tag team belt is awesome.
I'm going to agree with you.
A tag team belt for him is awesome. AJ Styles tag team belt, awesome. He's had tag team belts before in his past, by the way, in Japan. But great, one of the great. He's definitely a better worker in the ring and outside the ring than John Cena. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody should have been the face of WWE for this length of time, it should be AJ Styles. As long as he's been there, he should have been the face. He's one of the only true guys that's a real dude, man. What you see is what you get. He's one of the best, man.
All right. Next up, we had Rusev going for the IC belt against Mr. Dirty Dom. And I think week in and week out, somebody, and we always praise this kid, Dom Mysterio. I think last night, again, really gets to prove his worth and how he is the true future of this company and this business. And I said a few weeks ago, I said, I don't know who they're going to put Rusev against. I did not even think about having him against Dom, and they had a really, really fucking nice match. I thought it really helped show a different side to both workers, Dom and Rusev. And I'm a big supporter of Penta. I feel, again, they're dropping the ball with Penta. But I was pissed that they put Penta in there last night and got involved in the match. It kind of busted the flow up. I was really like, why are they doing this? You just took away from what was going on in the ring, and just let Dom do his thing and help him make fucking Rusev shine. He was already doing it. It did not need done, and Dom still won the match. But I thought throwing Penta in there like threw things off for me, and I was not happy with it.
Exactly. That's why I tell you that Penta isn't worth the money. His distraction and him breaking the flow is exactly what happens when he's in the ring. He's got 5 moves, shows his fingers. I told you this dude jumped Alligator Alcatraz down in Florida. He jumped the wall. I guarantee you he did. Somebody better check that dude for a green card. I don't like him a little bit, Penta. That's my opinion on him. And there you go. There's a disclaimer. I don't need a disclaimer. I tell you what I feel. I don't care that your name is Penta 0020. Dude, you're a moron. You should be flipping burgers in the back of some McDonald's or some in the back of some bar, working in the restaurant area in some strip club. This way, when ICE comes in, you have to run back and jump the wall. But anyway, as far as the mat, what are you shaking your head for? As far as Rusev goes, I told you how good he was, how great he was in AEW. I think AEW dropped the ball letting him go, because he's able to show these guys somewhat how to work on a different level, on a different style. Dom is just the right guy to work with Rusev, like you said. Now, when Dom works with Penta, you could see the match difference. He has a better match with Rusev than he did with Penta. And that's what I say. That's what I mean when I tell you Penta is not worth the money. Dragon Lee was and is. The match, I think the match was an excellent match for Dom, as always. He never gives you a bad match. He's going to be face eventually. But then again, it really doesn't matter whether he's a heel or face, because the people love him so much. He's so over. I can't wait for Liv to come back, because Liv last night, I think they kind of showed you by what they ran that Liv will be back soon, because they now have Rosie Perez flirting with Dom, taking his side when it's his fault that he had them defend their titles.
I said to myself the exact same thing. When they fucking ended that promo and had her do that, I said, Liv will be back soon. Here we go.
I
Here
can't
we
wait.
go. Here we go.
It's the next it's the next comeback. She was seen at some build up press thing for Saudi Arabia. Yeah, she's been ready to work. They just gave her some time off, extra time off, because the shoulder injury. I had both my shoulders worked on a week apart from each other. Both of them had the same problems, torn rotator cuff. But it takes a while to recover from it. Without the therapy, you can't even get your hand over your head after that surgery. It hurts. Mm-hmm. But she's definitely coming back, and I can't wait for her to slap Rosie Perez all around, because when I see that girl, all I can think of is garbage. That big island of garbage that's floating in the Atlantic, Puerto Rico.
Unbelievable. All right, so next up we had Becky Lynch defending her IC belt against Maxine Dupree. And I got to say, I've said I'm not the biggest Maxine Dupree fan. I think last night we're going to be starting the start of something. Is definitely the start of something. Maxine got a nice fucking pop when she came out. She's fucking over.
So did I have a nice pop when she came out.
And it wasn't soda.
Exactly. How hot? Listen, I'll tell you how pretty she is, that girl. Erica went, wow, I didn't know she was that stunning. Yeah, that girl can wear the title. She can wear nothing. I guarantee she gets the attention no matter where she goes. Does she need a title? Not really, but it would be nice to see her win that title from Becky Lynch. It would be a great way to start off her future.
I wish I could understand my writing, because I wrote something here about this match and I can't.
You said there were so many ways to freeze frame the Netflix. You're glad that you could replay it, because when Coco's not home, you and Maxine Dupree are going to have a lot of time together.
Nah, not Maxine. But
I forgot, she doesn't look as hideous as Bailey.
Come on now. I wish I could understand my writing. I really do. It's really something, Maxine.
It was a great match for Maxine.
It really was. It really was. I felt it was her like coming out party last night. And
you should say this: Becky Lynch did an absolutely fantastic job putting her over to look that fantastic.
That's what my thing. Okay. That's what it's my fucking thing. Really put over Maxine. That's what my fucking thing is. That's what it says.
See, we do think alike at times. Yeah. You see,
yeah.
It shows the ability of Becky Lynch, and when she insulted Paulie, those are the exact words I would have said to Paulie. Exactly.
I felt like, which we can talk about that segment now. We'll skip over it when we come to it in the show. But I felt like what Becky was able to say to Paul, I felt like half the business has wanted to say to Paul over the years.
Every single person except the suck-ups from ECW, I know the crew, Glenn Osborne, me, and you, and a hell of a lot of other people that feel that way about him. Truthfully.
You know what? I have nothing bad about Paul. I mean,
stop it. Stop being a good guy.
I don't. If I had something bad about him, for me personally, then I mean, this is a whole nother show, but I felt we don't need to talk about it.
You and I could have a show on the guys that Paulie has screwed over in the business, and we could actually have quite a few with the boys that don't have any they don't have to suck up anymore for a job. They could actually speak freely, because anymore everybody is speaking freely after Johnny HotBody says it. I told you about the racism in WWE. And lo and behold, Devon Dudley goes and tells the story of racism in the WWE.
See,
He's not
I didn't hear all this.
he
I've
may
been out of
be
touch.
he listen, I was the first one to say it out loud. Devon, I give him credit. I never had a problem with the Dudley boys ever. I think they were a credit to the Dudley characters. Absolutely getting that gimmick over. Fantastic work. And for Devon to actually come out now and tell the truth, I just wish he would have spoke up a little sooner.
Mm. And I'm gonna have to go and see what he said. I know they've done a few interviews this past
Well,
couple of weeks.
he's talking about Bradshaw because Bradshaw was the hat wearing guy that didn't have a problem. You know, I'll leave it at that. You let him tell the story.
Okay. Next up, we had the backstage, or actually just a video promo of the Kabuki Warriors, which was all done in Japanese and with subtitles. And I'm not a fan of either one.
What?
But listen. I'm not a fan of either one, but I love watching them work in the ring.
The Kabuki Warriors, first of all, Asuka's fantastic.
That's what I'm saying.
Truly is.
But just annoys the hell out of me. But amazing, amazing talents.
I love the way they did that promo. It may have been the only thing that was worth watching, the only segment that actually had any entertainment value to me. I think Asuka and Kairi, what's her?
Kairi Sane.
Kairi Sane. I'm telling you, they're good. They're really good.
Oh, yeah,
they're the real deal back here.
Absolutely.
When it comes to the whole locker room of the WE, they may be like in third, fourth place of the best workers in the locker room. They're absolutely, and take away that they're women, okay? Because we're talking about wrestling in general. They're the best backstage. They're some of the most talented workers they have in the industry right there.
I'm not gonna dispute it. I'm not gonna dispute it. I agree. Absolutely agree. All right. So next up was the actual segment, which led into the Becky and Paul segment, but it started out with Adam Pearce and Paul, and Pearce was not allowing either one of the Bronze in the Battle Royal for the World Belt. So Paul went to talk to him, and he made Paul, which was, I thought, again, I thought it was the whole segment was so many people in the industry have waited for these moments with Paul, where he made Paul beg and say please for the Bronze to get into the thing, and then still turn down his request. So making him grovel and beg, and then to turn him down, I was like, damn, they're really doing a number on Paul tonight. And then it led to Becky coming in and telling off Paul for her hot husband. But I'm not going to lie, there was a second there that I really thought, like, could we see Becky go with Paul? And exactly like he said, have your hot husband and have everything else that they work for?
Not a chance. Not a chance. Becky's fantastic. I love that. I thought that segment was fantastic. Another spot of the show that was a shining point when there was nothing there to really shine. You had that you have the promo with Asuka, you have the promo with Becky Lynch, and you have Maxine Dupree's match, and that was about the best thing that was on that whole show.
Well, I'm gonna add what came up next, which
oh come on, man, go ahead.
We had the person you hate so much, Rosie Perez, aka Roxanne Perez, taking on Stephanie Valkyrie. And I thought this was a really, really good match. And they said it, and this is my feelings too. Joe Tessitore and Wade Barrett said it. Roxanne Perez has had the most TV matches this year. And the reason she's on TV every week is she fucking delivers. I think she's a tremendous young talent, tremendous worker. She gets fucking great matches out of everybody. She delivers. Johnny feels the exact opposite I do about fucking Roxanne. But I, again, totally fucking thought they had a really nice match, her and Stephanie. And Stephanie's fucking that ass. That's all I got to say. I wrote it down. Look, hey. That ass.
Are you calling her an ass, or does she
No.
have a nice ass?
Oh my God.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I do see her as an attractive girl, but she's no Maxine Dupree to me. But anyway, as far as she goes, great talent. I've always thought that and said that. I stand by it. Another one of the talents in the locker room that's there you go. When I said 3 and 4 before, here you go. Who's number 2? And it's her. Her work is amazing, incredible. You'll never ever really see anything bad from her, except I seen that match last night. I know some people overlook these things. I'm the guy that doesn't overlook these things. She had a lot of stutter spots, which means, she was forgetting her spots. I even seen the referee having to tell her what her spots were. She didn't have to tell Stephanie her spots, that's for sure. But Rosie Perez, I don't get it. I don't like it. And the only reason truly that she's on TV is because Liv Morgan is not back. Because up until Liv Morgan's injury, Liv Morgan was the face of all of WWE. And I stand by this. She will be back. And when she does, she will take that spot away from Rosie Perez. And Rosie Perez could go back waiting on tables in some diner in New Jersey.
Well, we also saw at the end of the match Raquel get involved, and they started double teaming Stephanie, which Nikki Bella came out and made the save. Which we saw later backstage, Stephanie and Nikki Bella talking. And I almost kind of felt like, are we going to have a heel turn with the Bella to go after the belt?
Yeah, absolutely. You picked it up too, right? Yeah, she's her friend until she wants something. Listen, shows the true side of Nikki Bella, and that's why John Cena left her. She's a scumbag crumb. She's Nikki Smeller because she absolutely smells. She smells up the whole area no matter where she goes. I don't know if it's her breath or if it's her BO from down below. Maybe she should do a commercial for that new deodorant that you could put on down below. Maybe that's where she's best suited. But in the wrestling ring, she sucks.
I absolutely, totally disagree. But that's what makes our show so good. And that's why we have a disclaimer below. Then we had a quick backstage segment. Adam Pearce with Lyra and Bailey, which was like 10 seconds. I can't read my writing. It's I have here Braun and Bronson. Why not in the Battle Royal? And Paul explains all right, now I remember. All right, so Braun and Bronson were, voicing their displeasure with not being in the Battle Royal, and Paul explained to them, you guys did not listen to me. You took things into your own hands and you did not listen. And he explains how he took people like Brock Lesnar, got them to the championship, Seth, et cetera, all these people, Roman Reigns, how he guided these people to the championship. And he told them, you have to listen to me. And they did not listen to Paul, and they went on their own. And now they were not allowed in the Battle Royal because they did not listen to Paul.
I think Paul escaped the beating of his life by being able to pull that rabbit out of his hat. Obviously, he's lying. He's reaching to save his own skin because he doesn't know what to do. He really doesn't. I think the best thing for him to do would be to hide behind Brock Lesnar. Quite seriously, I could see that happening. And then Brock Lesnar against Braun Breaker. I could see that happening. I could also see the other one, Bronson Reed. I could see him against Brock Lesnar because that's who Paulie's going to go to. He's not going to go to Roman Reigns, that's for sure. Roman Reigns' angle doesn't include him any longer. That's my opinion. And if anything, with Paulie and the Samoans, it'll be to have a match against them in the War Games. But as far as Bronson Reed and what's the other one's name? Braun Breaker.
Yeah.
I've been telling you all along, they're only mid-card guys at best. Or they're not no main eventers, and this is a way to take them away from the main event because they don't belong there. Quite truly, the writing's on the wall to me. I see it. They don't have nothing creatively for them. I think they're going to flounder if Paul doesn't get involved with oh man, I forgot his name now. The Beast. Brock Lesnar. There's too many Brocks and Brauns and you know it's so confusing. A lot of B's tells you a lot of bullshit.
It's like, how long are we going to have to wait before we see Braun Breaker spear Paul? I mean, it's going to end up coming, I think, sooner than later, and I think it's going to lead into Brock Lesnar coming and saving Paul.
I think if Brock Lesnar spears Paul, or who did you say he's going to put his
Braun Breaker?
If Braun Breaker spears Paul, I think Todd Gordon would stand back up.
Oh shit!
That's an inside joke, fellas.
All right, so this led us into the Battle Royal, which we saw the Usos making their entrance from up top, and Jay had somebody's baby in the crowd eating with the baby, and getting into the ring, and I don't know, like again, Battle Royal, it just
weak writing.
Yeah. But again, we saw Shine in the Battle Royal. I thought the true star of that Battle Royal, Dirty Dom.
Absolutely. And I'm sure that they're looking at that. If I'm ESPN or if I'm Netflix, I'm asking the question, why isn't Dom being used every week on TV?
I even wrote here in my notes, Dirty Dom is the future, a hero, the best.
Well, you know, it's funny. We talk about Dirty Dom being the face, but where the hell's Logan Paul been?
Yeah.
I haven't seen Logan Paul in quite some time, and he's a phenomenal worker, and that's why I question that. The ratings are down. I believe that, you know, when you have a guy like him, if he's not hurt, he should be working because he brings the ratings in, and so does McIntyre. I'm surprised that they don't have him really working. It's a shame when they do have him working, they're using him to put over people. Eventually, he's going to lose his ability to have people cheering for him. He's going to turn into another Sheamus at the rate it's going.
Yeah. You're right.
And that would be a shame for McIntyre. He deserves better.
I agree.
It's called the Sheamus syndrome.
Well, we ended up seeing Jay win. Jay ended up eliminating his brother a few moments before the final elimination, and Jay goes over, and Big Jim was pissed on the outside. And again, I'm like, this whole Uso thing, like, I would have been happier if they just teamed them back up, and we could have had amazing matches between the Usos and fucking Judgment Day, and the Usos and the War Raiders, and all these amazing talent that they just waste. So this whole Jay and Jimmy and Roman, and it just does a zero for me. And so now we're gonna have, what is it for Saturday night's main event? CM Punk versus Jey Uso for the belt.
I don't think that's actually a main event in any arena. I think it's a mid-card filler at best. It's an insult to the wrestling fans. If I'm NBC, I'm questioning, why is this your main event when you have so much better talent? Or is it that they're just going to rely on the girls to have a great match while everybody else just flounders through it and repeats the moves, same moves, move after move? You'll see spears, you'll see tsunamis, you'll see super kicks. It's embarrassing. I think the product as a whole is embarrassing for the wrestling industry. And this is my honest opinion. I think when it comes to the wrestling industry, AEW, when you have 2.5 hours of nonstop wrestling, and when the card's over, you go, hey, damn, man, that was the quickest 2 hours or 2.5 hours of TV I've ever witnessed. And Chubb, I have yet for you to watch it, and I can't wait for you to watch it, because you're going to witness exactly what I'm saying. That this guy Tony Khan is running his company the same way Joel Goodhart did. Not ECW, not no Todd Gordon bullshit style or Paul Heyman style. I'm talking nonstop action. Every match is just better and better and better than the next. And it doesn't matter whether it's the women's matches or if it's the men's matches. When it comes to this WE, you only want to see the women's matches because the men's matches have nothing going for them whatsoever. None of the guys, none of them. And truthfully, Dom may be able to work, and same with Logan Paul, but none of them, you don't look at them and go, hey, these guys are wrestlers.
Well, let me ask one final question. Who do you think they're going to put the strap on?
Well, right now, I see interference from the Use against the Use and CM Punk winning.
Okay.
Fortunately, I hope to be passed out when that match is on.
Oh, shit. Like, I feel like the obvious one is going to be Punk to go over. That's why I think Jay's going over. Which is then going to lead to something to do with Jim and Roman now for this belt.
All right, you already said you're tired. You're sick and tired of the whole Uso thing. You're sick and tired of the Roman and, the bloodline. It's done. It's
I'm sick and tired of it. The writing department obviously is not. That's why.
Well, hold on a minute, though. Quite truthfully, the only reason why Netflix deal with WE went through was because CM Punk. Before CM Punk was in WE, he was doing that AEW. He was the one that was getting the television deals to go through. He had some kind of connection with the people in the television industry.
Interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting. It's just like the WE not giving not truly really giving the same kind of contract to Logan Paul that they give everybody else when Logan Paul's product is being used as a product placement in the ring and on the sides.
Yeah, totally. All right. On that note, everybody, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for checking it out. We're going to wrap it up, and we'll be back next week. We got to figure out if we're going to do a Monday night or Tuesday morning, but we'll be back next week at some point. Stay tuned.
I like Tuesday mornings, bro. Monday night, it's late and it's a lot, man. And we run over an hour usually, so that's another thing. You know, you're the guy that works all night long. I'm the guy that sleeps all night long.
I like seeing you, being able to see your face too when I'm talking to you on the
I don't know if the fans will like seeing it. You know, you might lose ratings. But yeah, man, I think the AM deal's a lot better. That's just my opinion. I'll work it anyway. I love talking about AEW. I love talking about WWE. Doesn't bother me one way or the other. I just wish we had New Japan on also.
Oh, damn. He wants it all. All right. On that note, I will talk to everybody. Make sure to go down below, hit that like, subscribe, drop a comment, and until next time, see ya all. And Jeannie says, great show, guys.
Thank you, Jeannie. And thank you all for bearing with us.
I love this whole new thing now where you can pop the comments and you see. That's a great look. I love it. Mm-hmm. I'm very excited. All right, guys. Have a great one.